The reason why we do these calls is to make sure that we, as our community is growing, to really make sure that we're being helpful to you as you build your business and grow your business. It's my personal passion, it's all of our passion to build the most useful tool for you to build great companies. So this isn't an Open Sky commercial, so let me just tell you a little bit about what we're working on and some of the challenges we have and some of the things that are coming. The first thing is, since May 1st, over 2,000 merchants have built stores on Open Sky. We see that the merchants that are building businesses are the merchants that have a few components. The first and probably the most essential component that a merchant can have is a core and active group of supporters and followers. And the more followers people have, the more sales they will get. And it's similar to sort of Facebook or Twitter, right? The more people who are engaging with your brand, the more people who can amplify or love your products and share them with their friends and connections. So that's probably number one. And one of the things I've been surprised by is how effective Facebook posts have been and how effective email has been at helping merchants get lots of followers. So we've seen merchants sending emails to their church group, to their database of people who are in their email list, to everybody they're connected to in Gmail, and just saying, hey, I've got this awesome store in this social marketplace called Open Sky, please, connect to me and be part of my community. The other thing that we've seen that's been really effective are the merchants who are posting on Facebook about their Open Sky and sharing that there's a new and additional way to engage with their brand. And the reason why this is really important is I'll give you a sneak peek into what's coming. One of the things we're working on that is not live, so don't do it yet, is that merchants will be able to use hashtag Open Sky on Facebook posts and on Instagram photos and on Twitter posts to push content from those platforms into their Open Sky feeds. So imagine you take awesome photos on Instagram and you tag them with the hashtag Open Sky. All of your Open Sky followers will see that great content. And the reason why that's so exciting for us, right, is that the more a consumer can get excited about your brand and know the story of your brand and the authenticity of your brand, the more likely they are to tell their friends, or in our case, love your items or love your content, which will then help build a community around your brand. So I think sort of point number one is more followers equals more amplification and more sales. And in the followers tab in everyone's dashboard is designed for people to simply reach out to your community and get people connected to. The second thing that we've seen that's essential is really, really great imagery around your stuff, right? There's a merchant whose product I love who has fine on silhouette on white background images of their goods, and the truth is the photos are not as compelling as the products. And this is an umbrella manufacturer. If you go to my profile on Open Sky, you'll see I loved his umbrellas earlier this week. And those umbrellas are more compelling than the photography. And it is so hard to build a emerging brand that I would encourage everybody to take awesome lifestyle images of your products. And Will Hunt or Shauna or any of our members of our team are happy to share case studies of good photography and the impact it has. So I'd encourage you to reach out and ask for that. And you can do it yourself. You can have a friend or neighbor who's a good photographer do it. Obviously, you can talk to us and we can help you with it. But really investing in how you present, not investing in terms of cost, just like taking a little bit of time to figure out how to tell the story of your brand in terms of the imagery makes a difference. And then the third thing I wanted to highlight is following people. So the more you are a merchant on OpenSky and a member on OpenSky, and to be this is a community, and the people who are active in the community are successful and leaders. And the way to be successful and a leader here is to, in your member profile, go find people who you want to connect to and follow them, and have them follow you back, and have your staff and your teams and your husband, your wife, your kids, whomever, do the same thing. Because as we build connections between people, those connections are what help build the brands on our platform. So I'm sending out a note tomorrow morning to everybody on OpenSky, all the merchants on OpenSky, and the emphasis in the note is basically, thank you, it's been an awesome month, and happy Memorial Day, and all of that. But then let's be neighborly, and being neighborly is following each other, amplifying one another's products. I saw on Twitter today, one merchant was tweeting about another merchant's products, and that's what neighbors do for each other, right? When you walk across the street and you ask the guy in the hardware store, where's, I'm looking for a great place to get pancakes, and he points you down the block to the diner. That's what good neighbors do for each other. And, that humanity is what we're trying to present in an online world, really is the antithesis to what you get in a search engine experience. So my 3 notes, I guess, would be grow your community, inspire people with your visual communication, and be an active good neighbor. I feel like the State Farm commercial when I say that. I got to figure out a better way to put that, to construct that. And the final thing, and then I'll open it up for questions, we are here to help. And so what that means is there's no question, comment, observation, suggestion that's a bad one. We're getting better quickly because we're even better quickly because we're listening to feedback. So if you have so why don't we go around the room, just as you ask a question, do me one quick favor, just introduce yourself and your store, and then if you have a question, ask it, and I'll do my best to answer it.
If you do have a question, if you dial *6, I can tell that you have a question, so we can let you in. So we're ready to take them now. So just let us know and ask anything.
Come on, somebody go first.
Okay, the caller from 954-793-3623.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine. Go ahead. Just
Great,
tell us your name.
Thanks. Rachel Pachivas with Anne Marie Gianni Skincare. And I'm just wondering, how is the best way to get more followers on OpenSky and not through our Facebook? Because what I remember, if we get them through our Facebook and Twitter, it's pretty much, to me, it just pretty much seems like we could just send them to our website. So I'm trying to figure out the best benefit on how to use OpenSky.
Sure. So the 2 things, let me answer that question really clearly. Anybody you bring to OpenSky from Facebook or Twitter or any place else, and when they buy from your store on OpenSky takes 0 commission on those sales. So it's exactly the same as you having them buy from you in your own online store. So you should know, if you bring your sister from Facebook to OpenSky and she buys from your store, OpenSky doesn't take anything on that transaction. So just to make sure that's super clear for everybody.
I'm sorry, you were cutting in and out. Can you just explain the commission part that you were just talking about?
Yeah, sure. So let me try again. And I'm going to put you on mute for just 1 sec, because I think sometimes when there's 2 people on, it gets wonky. So hopefully this will be more clear, and then we'll unmute you. The way it works is when anybody you bring to OpenSky buys from your store, OpenSky takes 0 commission. So it's the exact same for every merchant, and it's the same as sending someone to your own Shopify or Volusion or Magento store, because OpenSky takes 0% commission on those sales. Additionally, when those people you bring to OpenSky buy from another merchant, somebody else in the community, you receive a 10% commission on the GMV, the gross value of that sale, not including the shipping. So that's point number one. In terms of, so there's no financial reason to not encourage people to follow you on OpenSky. Obviously, you should also encourage people to shop from your own Shopify store. That makes sense. I understand doing that. The other side of your question is, how do I get more followers inside of OpenSky? And the way to do that is two things. The first is be an active member of OpenSky yourself. Make connections. So you can go to my member profile and you can click on my followers and you can find people whose taste you want to connect to and follow them. And when you follow someone on OpenSky, they receive an alert or a notification in their inbox that you followed them. And then we see like 80% of people follow the person back who followed them. So you can build your community around you by being active, following other members of the community. And then as you love and share products, people will love and share your products. It's the exact same thing as how Twitter works. So we'll unmute you. Hopefully I answered your question.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you.
You bet.
Francine from Gentle Jewelry, I believe you have a question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question about, we're just now getting ready to come out with some new colors and patterns for our cases. So I'm trying to promote our Facebook page. I'm trying to get more followers. I'm also, at the same time, I'm trying to simultaneously promote OpenSky. I mentioned last week it'd be really helpful if, we'll get emails as members that you're going to have free shipping, but that is not announced on the OpenSky's Facebook page.
That's a great point, and we will fix that. Thank you for bringing that up. When we are doing free shipping or promotions, we will make sure to communicate that in all of our channels. That's a mistake on our part. Good catch.
That would be great. It makes it easy to share.
Awesome suggestion. So tell us about the new colors.
Well, on Tuesday, I get pink and zebra in, and they look gorgeous. I'm so happy about them. It's going to be great.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Make sure to share them and get people talking about them and loving them on our platform. Because a way to think about how to win at OpenSky, to Rachel's earlier question, is the more people who love your products, the more likely you trend to the home page of OpenSky, to the Explore page. So if you got 100 people on Tuesday to love an item, I have a pretty good feeling you'll trend up to the homepage of OpenSky. And when that happens, more and more people see you and are exposed to you, right? So one of the things, a way to play the game of OpenSky or win at OpenSky is to have people loving your thing all in a condensed time frame, right? Rather than have 100 people love your item one a day over the course of 100 days, it's actually better to have 100 people love your item on the same day.
Right, and I'm trying to time it. I've been saving it. Right now I'm waiting. I got the cases to the photographer yesterday, so I'm hoping that I'll have that next week, and then I'm just going to punch it.
Cool. That's great. Thanks for asking.
Okay. I see we had 2 new people join. We'd love more questions. Just dial *6. And we'll get them answered. Those are 2 great questions. And that's a great point, Francine, about the Facebook messaging when we do promotions like that. Thank you very much for that.
So another question that came in via email. Another question that came in via email to me just now was, how do I suggest someone reconnect to another merchant on the platform that I want to promote or work with? And I think the first thing you should do is follow, if you go to the Our Story tab in everybody's merchant store, you can see who is the merchant behind the store, and you should follow that merchant, and they will likely follow you back, and then you can connect with one another to have a emailed conversation or a phone call about promoting and marketing one another. Another good way to do it is via Twitter. We see lots of merchants tweeting about the goods they have on OpenSky, saying, hey, check out my new item on OpenSky, or I've got free shipping today on OpenSky, and to follow fellow merchants and the hashtag OpenSky so that you can be aware of what other people are doing, so you can promote one another's activity and collaborate together. I always talk about it as the peanut butter company helping the jelly company market and vice versa. And then another email question that came in that was a good one was a merchant asked, when are we going to have international shipping so that merchants are able to, international members and international shipping? So right now we are testing international merchants, Canada and England, and our plan is by mid-end of summer to have merchants internationally as well as fulfillment options for U.S. merchants to have international customers so that they can ship their goods abroad. So those were two that had come in via email.
John, I had someone ask about the benefit of creating exclusive products for their OpenSky store.
Yeah, so that's been a good one. So what we've seen is that the way to get volume on OpenSky is to provide awesome items and have those items be priced fairly for there to be great content and storytelling. But exclusive products generally get 3 to 4 times the turnover that non-exclusive items do. And so exclusive items can either be a bracelet that has unique attributes, or a bundle of items put together in a unique configuration, or it can be a product that you develop exclusively just for your OpenSky store that you use as a way to test a new formulation or something. One of the things that the product team is releasing shortly, you see the free shipping icons that are on products that have free shipping. We're also shortly releasing exclusive as a tag so that members will be able to sort the OpenSky experience by the exclusive items. So obviously, if you put a bundle together of exclusive goods, you will likely get discovered by more people. I know that also our editorial team, when they work on the digest emails that go out in the morning, frequently are talking to merchants about unique products or exclusive products because they are incredibly effective at engaging the OpenSky community.
I had another question come in via email asking about the importance of opting into the rewards program.
Yeah, so over 60% of sales on OpenSky come either from our rewards members or our what I call the free shipping or promotion periods. So this weekend, for example, there's rewards programs in place. So if you're an Aqua member or a Sapphire member, you will get your rewards point credits issued. Those members are incredibly active buyers, and the merchants, if merchants need, I would encourage merchants to opt into that program because you will sell more products as a part of that initiative. One of the things that the product team is doing is going to make it possible for members to easily find the merchants who are part of the loyalty program. So obviously merchants are free not to participate, but it is a very powerful way to drive more sales. The way it works is if you're a loyalty merchant, a member can use up to 20% of whatever credit they have on an item they're buying from your store. So it has a 20% impact on your margin, but you will more than make up for it in terms of volume. And then I got an email just that came in. I'm reading my phone as I was answering that question about shipping and fulfillment. So one of the things, a question that had come in was, are we going to make public merchant reviews? And the answer to that is yes. Our plan is to release two things. One, how quickly merchants ship. So if a merchant ships in 12 hours, 18 hours, 24 hours, 36 hours, that'll be public to consumers. And then similarly, ratings and return percentages for merchants, so that consumers will know that the merchants who are the best merchants, the best at serving the community, do the best. And I think that's sort of just like any other retail neighborhood where the word of mouth spreads about the guys who are the most supportive of the community. So before we break, I just wanted to open it up, or any other final phone questions or suggestions, comments, observations. I'm all ears. We're all ears.
Let's hear them.
Okay. So my email is johnjohn@opensky.com, and you can email me 24/7. And if there's a suggestion, a comment, a question, I'll always answer. Merchant help I'm on those emails too. We're all in there working to help merchants grow and build their businesses. And this is a barn raising. Open Sky will only be as successful as we all are together helping to create it. And so it's been, we're having a thrill making it, and hopefully it will be a powerful point of distribution for you.
All right, thanks everyone. Have a fantastic holiday weekend. As John said, we're always here to help. Merchant help at opensky.com. My email address is wlewis@opensky.com. We'll be back here next Friday at noon Eastern Time. And always remember, if you're in New York City on Thursdays from 4 to 7 p.m., our office is open to you for our office hours. If you have any questions, please email us. We're always here to help. And we hope to see you next week. So everyone have a great weekend.